Hi, my name is Elissa. I am a second-year PhD candidate in the Department of Biology at the University of Washington. I am Armenian and originally from Lebanon, but moved here from Canada to start my PhD. What brought me to UW was the research that's going on here and the Department of Biology as a whole, and then also Dr. Andrea Durant, who is my advisor. In general, UW has a lot of resources and a lot of different techniques they use in their research that kind of brought me to that. I was also really interested in the research program at the Department of Biology, specifically with Dr. Andrea Durant. So my research is really cool, at least I'd like to think so. So I study salt-tolerant or saline-tolerant mosquito larvae. So only 5% of mosquito species are able to osmo and ion regulate or achieve water and salt balance in saline waters. And one of the species that is able to do that is native to the Pacific Northwest, which is really cool. So a lot of what I do is focus on this kind of novel salt gland that they've developed or evolved over time that allows them to actively secrete out salts and concentrate their urine so they can survive in salt water.
The organs that she is describing are very kidney-like to mammals. We can model human diseases, especially renal diseases, in potentially these mosquitoes, and that's really all based off of Elissa's research. And we can also use this information of these cryptic species in coastal areas and how species that are not typically targets for vector control because they're in saltwater areas, how they might adapt to climate change and how we might be required to pay attention to their movements.
Within my lab, we have a really close-knit relationship. My advisor, Andrea Durant, is incredible. So she's just been really, really nice and welcoming to everyone. And I think she just fostered a really nice lab environment. We have undergrads in our lab, and Rin has been an undergraduate researcher that has been working with me. She's just phenomenal. She asks really deep questions that have me thinking about my work more deeply as well.
Elissa is a valuable member of the lab and is incredible. We kind of have a joke in this area that Elissa is the one who turns on the lights in this place and knows all of the for example, the custodial staff that start work at 4 in the morning before the lights, the sun even comes up. I'm really impressed by a lot of the work that Elissa does is very technically challenging, and we always routinely chat about bouncing around ideas of how best to answer a certain question. And so it's just really fun that she embraces challenge, and when she puts her mind to something, it usually ends up working out the way that she wants to, which is just really fun and fascinating and impressive to watch. The approach to mentorship is very much a parallel network, and just really not based off of this hierarchy of seniority and position, and just really who is skilled and an expert in a certain area. And so that's something that I've really modeled.
Elissa joined the drone lab as a graduate student, and luckily we both had a very big fascination for mosquitoes and made us a perfect pair. Elissa's been the best mentor I could ever have, and she's the nicest person ever, the most easily approachable person, and very friendly. Since Elissa's already done her undergraduate and master's, having her experience through that has been very, very impactful to get to know her different stories through that.
Elissa's extremely hardworking and really is a motivation to all of us.
My passion for research and my undergraduate journey would be very different if she wasn't a part of it, and I'm very grateful for that.
It's really nice to come into the lab and kind of learn something new every day. And I know people say that a lot, but I truly feel like it with this work, especially just getting it up and running has been really cool. I'm really interested in the questions, and I think what these mosquitoes are doing is really cool. I probably personify the mosquitoes a little bit too much. I don't want to say love them, but I think that they have just become such a large part of my life. Caring for the colony is also a huge part of my life. So hatching out the eggs, blood feeding the females, collecting the pupae, all that is just part of my day-to-day. So I really just do see them and interact with them every day. UW overall, I think, has just been, it's a nice place to be at, and it's just like filled with really, really good people. When I think of UW, I think of the community that I have here, whether that be through my cohort, so like all the people that kind of started their PhD along with me, or the Department of Biology as a whole. I find that that's probably like the strongest part of UW is the community that you get with the people here. I think the city of Seattle is also really nice. There's just like so much to do here at UW and in Seattle as well. I love so many aspects of what I'm doing that ideally I feel like this would be something that I would want to do long term. So I really love research, and I've grown to love teaching a lot as well. So I think some kind of dual role would be nice for me, and I think UW has kind of opened up hopefully that door for me.